bit orangey. That was really scary. Oh, I'm not sure I like this at all. So you can only damage him with charge shots because the buster won't even reach him.
Nice.
Okay, could somebody get ready on the timer? I will tell you when the timer is. It's when I reach the top, but I will tell you. So I could die here if I don't time my jumps properly. So Sigma is gonna try to possess me, but you know, like I have them wall jump strats. He's not a big player yet. I mean, he tries to beat me for like 8 games. Time.
28:39.
Sub 30. I'm really happy about a sub 30 because at ESA I got a 35. So that's really, really horrible. So yeah, next up after the credits, because we have time for the credits.
Oh yeah, totally.
Nice.
We have Mingman Battle Network 1, one of my favorite series for the Game Boy Advance.
Absolutely.
So I hope you enjoyed ADGQ. This is the block that will end the marathon. Please retweet and share us, and you know, everything like that. Share the love. We raised $1 million for Prevent Canc Foundation.
Amazing.
It's beyond everything.
That really is amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it would ever come close to that.
Yeah, I remember when we came down to like 750. I was like, yeah, that's probably our cap. That was like the last day, and like.
The donations during Chrono Trigger were insane.
Yeah, like you guys, like every streamer, you're probably not everybody's here anymore, but everybody who stayed so far, like shout outs to you, because this wouldn't have been possible at all without you guys. It's quite the speed run to 1 million, right?
Yeah.
Sticking around and donating during the bonus stream also is really awesome.
Yeah, a lot of love to you guys who donated for me to play X3 on bonus stream. You guys pulled up a whopping $1,500 for, you know,
Nice.
you donated $900 for this game and at least $500 for Super NES, and big shout outs to you guys.
That's
a lot
crazy.
of love here, a lot
During
of love.
bonus stream.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for like just a bonus stream game. And
Very
just-
generous people.
Yeah, and keep donating because Naglaria should get a new annual haircut. So yeah, I'll hand it over to you. You got your things ready?
I do have it all here. So.
Yeah.
Gotta
So we'll just watch the
dethrone
credits.
myself.
Well, this game Cube has a Game Boy player and it's
Yeah.
already set up.
And I'll get the Game Boy player for you. Just we need to watch
He's
the
got
ending
a disc
cutscene.
with-
Oh, of course. Yeah. We got
Oh,
plenty
okay. So yeah, this battle never ends ever. Like since the first game when Sigma was defeated by X, it just became worse. Since Zero's death in the first game, Sigma decided we'll steal the blueprints of him and rebuild him again, and placed him with 3 hunters, which in America you would call them the X hunters, but in Japan they call them the counter hunters. They basically do the opposite of what X does. They hunt down the hunters instead. So in that game, they brought back Zero, and X had to fight him. Depending on what route you chose, basically defined if you had to fight Zero, or Zero comes in and destroyed the first side of Black Zero, because since the real Zero was already existed, I assume that they decided to make him black because that's probably a more evil version of him. The Black Zero was later brought back in X4 and X5 and X6 to be a stronger version of Zero, since Zero was not able to obtain any body parts that was left by Dr. Light, since he wasn't created by Dr. Light and he was already created to be perfect. X, though, on the other hand, from Dr. Light's side, was created to have unlimited potential. And one showing of that is the scars that Sigma has on his face are actually made from X. X actually scarred his face in the first time they found out that Sigma was going Maverick, basically going against the laws and society of this world. And all these cutscenes that you see here are basically backstory to MMX, which I don't recall have ever been shown anywhere besides the disc versions of X3, which is what I find really weird. I mean, you probably can tell that this credits video is a video, not like in-game sprites actually walking, because I didn't beat the game with the full armor. I was beating the game with just the buster. So this looks kind of weird. I'm assuming that they got lazy and just added a video to the end. I mean, it does fulfill its purpose for what it is.
Maybe it's just me, but the characters also look a little bit more blurry anyways.
Yeah, everything.
So
it's
a
a low resolution
Yeah,
video
you can kind of tell.
in a disc game where they should have room to add like the in-game thing. But I assume they just got lazy. Great game otherwise. Shoutouts to Capcom of America to make Mega Man X collection. Japan and Europe never actually got this. And if you get a chance to get it, and like if you can't afford a Super NES or any console, all the games, you should probably get this copy. Like casually, I would advise you to get this copy. It's pretty decent. It's pretty fun, and it has X1 to 6. And once you beat every game, you'll get Mega Man Battle and Chase, which originally was called Rockman Battle and Chase. It never was released outside of Japan, so this is the first sighting of that game as well. It's a racing game. Yeah, it's a Capcom racing game, so yeah, you'll have to try that out on your own. I've actually never played it, but yeah, that's it for me, and we should switch over to Mega Man Battle Network.
Go ahead and get on with stuff. Now, do we need a boot disc for that? Because I have that as well.
Yeah, if you have that, it'll be easier.
Okay.
Because Yama has his in the back.
Sounds good.
I'm just gonna step over there. I don't want to die on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the mistake I made, taking the sunglasses off in front of the Welcome to Awesome Games Done Sick, where we are quite literally all dying.
Mostly alive.
Yeah. It's gonna sound like a ZFG stream in here. It won't look like it though. Alright. I guess controller. And of course the game. I'm very unorganized.
Don't worry about it, dude.
$5 from Ross saying, it's too dangerous to go alone. Take this $5. Thank you very much.
So another thing, like if you want any more updates from the marathon and stuff like that, I'm posting a lot on my Twitter, like photos and a lot of off-stream stuff. So if you want to see that, you should follow me at @IrregularGenie, same as my Twitch name. And you should follow these guys' Twitters as well, so you know when they stream and what they do, and
I'm just gonna put all this over
stuff
here.
like that.
I gotta be super safe, save everywhere. I'm not in my right mind right now.
Don't worry about it.
Neither of us have slept.
So my friend's gotta remind me to save. I can turn it down.
Oh yeah, GBA games are generally very loud.
That's on 3. That's crazy. Yeah, pretty loud.
Well, it's a big room. Good acoustics.
Be careful taking those off. I took mine off and just it hurt. All right. All right. Yeah. We can just, I guess, go with it and start. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. So you can tell this looks dramatically different from many other Mega Man games. It's RPG format. You'll see how the battle system works. I guess I'll let you guys explain that. For now. Yeah, I just want to get this section done.
Want me to talk about the story?
Yeah, go ahead. That'd be great.
So the story revolves around Lan and his NetNavi Mega Man, who's a program inside his pet, which is a personal terminal, kind of like our modern days time smartphones, except that it has an AI in it with its own mind, and he's basically your friend and takes care of you, sets your alarm, wakes you up, and makes you fly off your bed because you're late for school.
It's a reverse Tamagotchi.
Yeah, kind of like that. So in this world, it's resolved around like everything is like computerized. Like everything can be accessed. Viruses can access everything in this world, like kitchenware, TVs, and everything like that. So when Lan finally gets Mega Man, he can bust viruses on the net, which is what you're seeing right here. And Mega Man's default weapon is obviously the Mega Buster. But besides that, this series brought something new to the RPG scene, which is the battle chip system. Explain that methodically, I guess.
Battle chips are. It's like building a deck in a TCG game. You are given 5 battle chips at the start of battle, and you have a custom cage during battle. When it's full, you can open it, and you get. When you take chips, it leaves empty slots, and every time the custom gauge fills, you can open it, and those slots will be filled. But you only have a total of 30 chips available in your folder. They vary in damage and chip code. You can take multiple chips of the same type or multiple chips of the same code. There are codes usually from A to Z.
That was
Folder building works a little different in Battle Network 1. You can have a lot more of a specific chip type in your folder than all the others, I believe.
You'll notice there's a lot of differences in 6, which is the last one that was made.
There aren't chips at all.
Well, you'll notice the battle system changes. I can't run from battles like in a typical RPG. Unless I use a battle chip for that, which is really annoying, and that's one of the biggest luck-based things in the game throughout the entire series, or the entire game really, is just making sure that I get those escape chips when I need them. Which is also really annoying because there is an event in this particular game. It's not really that good, that's fine. There's an event in this particular game that requires me to have a library of 60 battle chips, which I can collect. Like this is a new one. I can collect throughout battling or mystery data, which are the little rhombus things on the internet. Double talk to him. And that's kind of really frustrating. I'm actually going to go ahead and fight these guys instead of escape, because if I get Shockwave C, that's really good. C code and A code are codes that I like to have in this one. Unfortunately, I didn't get it, so.
Zenny's good too.
Zennies are important,
yeah. Money is, I guess, somewhat important maybe in this game.
In this game, yes, it is.
Especially with the 60 chip code.
Right.
Needing the 60 chips, you can buy a lot of chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So extra Zenny is always much appreciated. You have this.
Yeah, but I have this chip.
You could have got
Save the
G.
frames.
Dash
Dash
G.
G, yeah.
So in this game, you don't gain
good.
experience,
No.
but you
It's a
level
very
up stuff
unique
throughout the way.
RPG.
Yeah.
none of the battle networks use an experience system, despite being an RPG style game.
What I'm doing right now with my buster is step buffering. Sorry. And that basically just cancels the animation. Makes me shoot faster. It's actually slower if an enemy is directly in front of me. But it's a really useful technique in this game to speed up battles. So this is the first major scenario.
Yeah, so basically what happens here is that like a repairman came by and fixed their oven. Not too much as fixing as doing something weird with it.
Yeah.
He dropped a powerful NetNavi inside the oven.
Which may look familiar to you at the end. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
You probably recognize it.
Yeah, you probably will.
So,
It was a fixed encounter with a single meta. Totally necessary.
Yeah, that's a fixed encounter. I can't avoid that. There's a cutscene with it and everything. It's like, oh no, it's a virus. Oh no, what do we do? Even though I just fought like a bunch of them,
That
which
were
was
hard.
mandatory. Yeah, much harder combinations.
so when the enemy's at the, melee line, so to say, you automatically shoot faster, right?
Right, and it's actually faster for me to shoot there than to open the menu, because menuing, obviously.
Yeah, menu takes time.
Also because the custom gauge didn't fill it
Right, well it did, at the very end.
towards the
At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that time it's not really worth it if you can kill the viruses before the custom gauge gets up.
It's another cutscene. In this game, you skip. Oh wow, I got a virus for it. In this game, you can skip cutscenes relatively easy. You just hold start. So I mean, it's pretty simple. But some of them look hilarious. The animations of skipping cutscenes. Probably go ahead and open the custom menu here because that's faster. One of the cutscenes is coming up. I'll actually delay it a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. It's pretty hilarious. It's after this, which the most logical thing to do if there's a fire, an electric fire, is obviously to shoot a water gun at the fire
Yeah.
in the oven.
Fire extinguishers off his
Okay, so this is
casuals.
funny. He just pops up. I find it really funny if you skip these a little late because the animations just completely shift. This isn't really good, but that's fine. What I'm gonna do right here is just focus on this guy in the front right here. And lock that guy right there. And then open up for this cannon. Like, you really have to, like, pick your battles in this game. But if you can't get an escape chip, obviously you just gotta sort of... Menuing becomes a major part, as you would think it's an RPG, but it's a major part of this run particularly. Because I don't really get too many powerful chips in this game.
RNG is very heavy in the M1.
Yeah, definitely, more so than any other game.
A very nice
That's
contrast
awful.
when we change the Battle Network 6, where RNG is very, very light.
Yes.
Needless to say, they've made quite a few enhancements to the series as they developed more of them. From RNG
Okay,
to
this
battle
actually is
chips
kind of bad
to
because it's locked, but that's okay.
appearance to mechanics to
It will
everything.
become very evident as soon as we switch to 6 that
Yeah.
the series has become much, much different.
That's what we call in Battle Network a bad fight.
Yeah,
It took...
that you didn't really get the right stuff.
Yeah, it's just all about the draws in this
Wasn't
game.
even charging his buster.
Yeah, you can't charge your buster until you get a power up for it. It's kind of lame. I don't know what I need in here. I guess I'll throw in, since I didn't pick up many chips, Little Bomb, the sword. That's fine. I'm gonna be saving a lot in this run, but I don't really have to worry about that right now.
That was a good drive. You can hit
That was
him.
actually really good.
That was
Yeah, he stands
You should be
stationary.
able to hit him when he attacks. Yeah.
Yeah, because he always attacks in the front, so I actually should have taken the sword, but it's okay. I'm just gonna hold on to this chip until he does another cycle, because that chip is actually really good to get there. I guess I'll go for the sword. This sword chip only works in the front row, so I'm gonna try to get him to attack the front row. If not, I'm just gonna wait for him, because that's the best way to handle that. There we go. Good.
That's a really good hit.
I'll go for cannon, because he only needs 37, and I have 40 damage with this cannon. And yes.
That cat says talk to mom.
Talk to mom.
Yeah, Mom is a very special character in this.
The takeover, it's already begun.
Yeah.
This soundtrack.
Shout out
of
to
this
Zach
game
Cat.
is so good. I
He
love
ran a
this
Battle
game
Network
so
game
much.
once.
Yeah.
Once,
Sort of.
sort of.
It's really nice to hear like ex-players and classic players commend the Battle Network series for being really good because it's, I don't know, it's so different and it's sort of like the Legends thing.
Everyone knows of it,
It's
but
so
it's
different,
often
yeah.
forgotten.
Like I'm gonna put it out this way. Legends is fine. I don't think it's as good as the original series, but this series, like an RPG versus an action platformer, you can't really compare them. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, it's not a Mega Man platformer, but Mega Man can be anything, and that has been proven. I mean, this game was so big in Japan that they made a 7 or a 6 season anime of it that lasted forever, literally forever.
And there's a bunch of
Beast Plus.
collectibles for the
There
series.
was 5 shows, but the first 3 shows each had 2 seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
but
8 seasons.
technically, yeah, the show is
Hopefully, it
pretty
doesn't
damn
sound-
good. So is the game series, but
That was a good fight.
I would advise you to play the game first and then watch the anime in Japanese. Because in the American one called Mega Man NT Warrior, they cut out a lot of stuff.
4 kids ruined it like they've ruined so many other things.
Yeah,
Ruined
it's
your
not a new
childhood.
thing.
The subs are actually
Anti
not
shout out
finished,
to
though.
4 kids.
Yeah. Fortunately, as of 4 days ago, a fan subbing group announced they were going to pick up Stream, which was the 3rd show out of 5.
That's
the
tough.
first 2
This is probably my best bet.
have already been
It's the same.
finished. The 4th one is finished, and the 5th one is half completed. So hopefully, with the 3rd one getting finished, the 5th one will find some kind of spark in some group, maybe even the same group, and we'll finally have all 5 done.
I guess we should probably explain why he's dancing between panels while he's firing buster shots. It actually cancels.
We did talk
We
about
did,
that, yeah.
but
but-
yeah.
Did we mention that?
Yeah, but
he
I mean,
mentioned,
you can bring it up
best
later
cancel.
because people might not have heard it. But yeah,
I wasn't paying attention.
it's all right. We're running on
We've been
very
up
little
all
sleep.
night waiting for these runs.
Yeah, seriously.
We also stayed up all night waiting for these ones.
Yeah. We thought we were going to sleep.
Yeah.
Say hi to Zach Cat.
Hi, Zach Cat.
Much
Should
love.
run Rockman EXE Wonder Swan again.
I'm gonna do the bed save.
World record
It only
holder
saves.
Just read your comment.
It only saves like half a second to save there, or not to save there, but I'll save there just to be safe. I don't really run into any problems in this run until Color Man, and that's very few and far between. It's really the Electman comp that gets me.
Some of the encounters.
Some of the encounters are ridiculous, particularly in the last comp area of Electmans.
So, what is the world record? Who has it? How good RNG did he get?
For this,
Yeah.
I'll let you explain that.
Uh,
Prism has the record.
Okay.
I have the world record, and it's a 1:58:23. It's the only sub 2 time that I've ever gotten, and it's the only sub 2 time that really is recorded or exists, as far as I know. One other guy runs this as well, and we've raced a few times. Shout outs to Mr. Dragoon. And he's got a really good PB of 205, or 203 rather. I can't remember the rest of the numbers, but yeah. So he's a little behind me, but the RNG was really good. Some of the playing was excellent, some of the playing was mediocre. So it can be improved with this route probably by 3 to 5 minutes, but with the new route I'm working on, I could probably get like a 152 or 150.
Wow.
But that would require incredible luck, and it would cut out a lot of the walking that I do. So it's pretty significant.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's already with this route right now. It's the record I have is pretty good. Like I said, I haven't come close to. I've come close to it, but I haven't done a sub 2 again. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit him. Hopefully, I can get a Quake chip. I don't have one yet, but I didn't. I'm not getting very good chip luck, but that's okay.
You're getting fantastic Zen though.
Yeah, which is fine, I guess. But I will be getting a Quake chip here. I'm just gonna burn this sword, just to have extra, I guess, chip slots open. The chips that you pick, that's how many get replaced. I'm just gonna hit him with one of the shot attacks. There we go. I already had that, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, like I said earlier, chip gathering is extremely important because it does count as towards a memo, which you have to have in order to progress to the final area of the game. So that's probably the biggest source of RNG because it's present throughout the entire run. You obviously want to save time by escaping like this, but there are certain battles where you would like to get the chips because in the long run, you got to get those 60 chips. Now there are a couple that are routed in here, and a couple of them I expect to get, but if I don't, I do have backup strats, but they're not optimal. I guess we can explain if you want these doors, or I can. I mean, it's fine. Someone can.
All right, so there's a series of doors here, and it's going to ask for, it's going to provide a hint, so to speak, and it'll switch over to land, and he has to go around and, using the hint, find the number, the solution. Obviously, this number doesn't, well, I shouldn't say obviously, this number doesn't change between runs, so obviously we can just input the number immediately. This only works for the first half or so of the game?
The first door.
9, 30, and 13.
Yeah, the first door asks you how many chairs are in the classroom that you're standing in, basically. And that's essentially, that's a fixed answer, and it's 9. Then it asks you how many history volumes are there in classroom, I don't know, one of the classrooms. And
I would have been really impressed if you knew which classroom.
yeah, 5B, 5B is Land's class, I believe. But, and then you get a random door, which is any number between 0 and 99, but they do give you a hint if you get one of the numbers right, so that's good. Otherwise, I would not be running this game.
Yeah. The random doors certainly
I'm gonna go ahead and kill this guy.
add an unpleasant element to this.
Yeah, and then after that, you get another fixed door that asks how many doors are in the school. That's 15, and then you get 2 more random doors. So there's, it's the first 2 are fixed.
There are
Third one is
extra random doors.
random. Fourth one is
You don't go
fixed.
get
So
Oh,
basically, story-wise, what happens here is that the school gets a new teacher, Mr. Higsby.
Yes.
And Mr. Higsby is a suspicious guy. So
Oops.
all these numbers,
Did
you
that
might
wrong.
want to know, like, why are there so many numbers? It has to do with him. He is a mathemaniac, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also a bit of a business maniac in general.
Yeah.
Money maniac. If it involves numbers in any capacity, he's a maniac.
So I'm trying to get. Okay, so it's not going to be anything from 5 to 8. So we're going to go to 3. It's 44. So that's the way that works. I know it was kind of fast, but if you read it, would tell you first digit's correct, second digit's incorrect. It's higher, you know. So.
So yeah, that guy basically comes into school and starts messing things around because he's not your ordinary teacher who pops out of the blue. That also has a huge fetish for battle chips.
Yes.
Yes.
Which you'll see later. Not in a creepy way, but you'll see. It's kind of weird what they do.
He knows about battle chips.
Oh yeah. What am I doing? I did that. See, I mixed the 2 up, but that's fine. It doesn't really kill much time because these are fixed. Really, I mean, in my PB, to tell you how good the RNG was, I got the first one, I believe, first try, the random door. The second one, second try. The third one I got at least, I think, by the 4th try, which is really good. Sometimes it'll actually reset. I gotta time this right. Cool.
Nice.
Okay. It's not too challenging to time certain attacks, but this game I tend to get a little trigger happy, so hopefully this works. Okay, cool. I'm running into these guys a lot. Normally you don't run into those guys very often, but Marathon Love. And yeah, like my chip gathering RNG is not very good right now. That was Higsby, by the way, in case you missed it. I'm gonna grab a chip that's actually really useful for a lot of the bosses, because Battle Network 1 is really annoying in that more than half of the bosses stand in the back row, and they don't move. One of them moves back and forth. A lot of them stay stationary in the middle panel in the back row. And so you need piercing chips if they have obstacles in front, or arcing chips are really useful too, the ones that go 3 squares ahead, too low first digit, so it's something 43. The last one was 44. I'm gonna save, I guess, in front of this one. 42.